I was the popular kid. I was very outspoken. I was very nice. I was kind to others, and sometimes even at the expense of myself. I was in theater, I was in orchestra, I was in choir, and I felt like I had to do them all well, and that I had to make sure that nobody could see through the cracks, or that nobody could see that I was failing at something, because that would be unacceptable. And so that's how I felt at the time, and it was really hard being the lead in the play and then going home and not feeling like I'm good enough. That was kind of the first glimpse into the next 7 years. Sophomore year of high school, I was auditioning for the Topeka Symphony. I was very nervous because of all the pressures that were on me, and my parents were both in it at the time. And so I felt this enormous weight, and so I found out that I did not get into the symphony at that time. And I felt like I couldn't live anymore. And so it was at that time that I felt that I needed to end my life. After my attempt, I needed help. So when I got out of the hospital, my parents decided that I needed to go to Family Service and Guidance Center. And I think that having to deal with the emotions that I was feeling was one of the best things that has ever happened.
With Peter, it, I think, sort of began with more of general nihilistic questions, like talking about the world and life in general rather than about him. And then when we built that, like, he could see me as somebody who he could, like, who actively would challenge his points of view and everything, I think he was more comfortable with actually talking about himself.
A lot of it also comes down to communication. In the sessions, I became more blunt with her as she was with me. And so I told her, no, that's not right. No, we can't do this.
Peter's opposition was a sign of a breakthrough for him because he is such a nice guy. And so for him to actually be assertive with me was kind of a big deal because he struggled to be assertive with other people a lot of times. So I knew it was, he felt safe enough to tell me no.
When I was going through the worst of it, I thought that people, if they really knew who I was, they wouldn't love me. And through the process with Nikki, she showed me that love can be unconditional. And that was a really hard thing to realize. I got married in 2024, and so we already had all the crock pots, the toaster, and we decided we wanted to do something really meaningful in lieu of gifts. And so I thought back to my time at Family Services and Guidance Center, and I wanted to give back to the people who helped me, and so I decided that that is what we were going to do.
When I was working with Peter, there were definitely times when I had doubts that he could see himself the way I saw him.
There were weeks that I didn't know if I was going to see her again.
There were weeks that I know he's probably not being genuine with me.
I was in a very dark place, and that was the turning point. To see that I'm enough by myself. It's okay to be me. It's okay to be messed up. It's okay to be who you are. But you have to be who you are. If you stop being who you are, it becomes really hard to live with yourself.
We provide a place for people who feel helpless to be accepted as they are, unconditionally, and they can start to accept themselves and not feel like their helplessness is weakness, and they can keep going.